It's Friday, January 24th. We're going to check out the trailers and the reviews for the horror movies coming out this weekend. And they are Grafted and Presence. First up, Grafted. If there's one emerging 2025 horror trend already, it might be body horror. Experimentations on a revolutionary skin grafting procedure get weird and gross in Sasha Rainbow's feature debut. Look for this one to arrive on Shudder this month.
Your father's a scientist.
Was. We could make people beautiful.
Look at you. You look ridiculous.
Here's the thing. The last time I watched a trailer for a movie for Shudder that I can remember for sure, it was Hellhole, and that movie was a piece of shit. This looks fun. I loved seeing Reanimator meets Mean Girls. I'm very skeptical with Shudder. Hour and 35 minutes. Nice runtime. 77% on Tomato Meter. Nothing on the popcorn meter yet. 22 reviews. Mark Dujcik from Mark Reviews Movies. Grafted does feel like a shallow game about variously shallow people getting their comeuppance. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Is that even a movie review? 2 out of 4. He didn't like it. Maitland on Movies. Beneath the body horror Wetworks is a solid foundation in toxic sexual dynamics. The kind that either wear women down or temper them into razor-sharp steel. What the fuck? Joseph Robinson. Fish Jelly Films. Its gruesome premise quickly loses steam as the script rapidly loses focus. In short, Grafted seems to have stretched itself too thin. 2 out of 5. A lot of these reviews mention something that I think is a spoiler because I didn't see it in the trailer, so I'm not going to read them. It just seems like a lot of them are saying it's a lot of fun and there's a lot of gross visual effects and that the beginning and end aren't the best, but the middle's okay. Mostly positive reviews, but the negative ones make sense. Another whatever Shudder film. Man, I fucking pay for Shudder too. Next up, Presence. Well, it's Steven Soderbergh. So if you don't know Steven Soderbergh, he tries new things, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but you can really rely on him to be trying new things. So his first real famous movie was Sex, Lies, and Videotape. He also did Aaron Brockovich, Traffic, Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Magic Mike. So what's interesting about Steven Soderbergh is he does films like Ocean's 12, which makes $362 million on a $110 million budget. And then a year later, he does the film Bubble, which is a $1.6 million film, featuring a cast of non-professional actors. So it's just the complete opposite of Ocean's 12. In July 2017, it was revealed that Soderbergh had also secretly shot a horror film using iPhones, titled Unsane. And it was a budget of $1.5 million and it made $14 million. So it was considered pretty inspirational for a lot of aspiring filmmakers. Anyway, that's Steven Soderbergh's little story. Let's check out his new movie, Presence. Steven Soderbergh's Presence delivers a new spin on the haunted house movie, framing everything from the perspective of a ghost haunting the family that's just moved into a seemingly idyllic suburban home.
What's it like?
Like the world cracks apart. You fall into this hole. And the sides are mud. And you can't get out.
My only issue with the trailer is it makes it seem kind of fucking boring. Which it might be. That is a problem with art house directors, is they like to try new things, and sometimes you have to be into art house filmmaking to appreciate what they're doing. So, for example, the idea of the perspective of the ghost that's haunting the family. That does sound interesting and fun, but I think the idea of also just voyeuristically watching a family doesn't sound all that fucking interesting for a movie. And we didn't see a lot going on in that trailer to really suggest that there's going to be a lot going on in the movie, which makes me think it might be more thought-provoking as opposed to scary. Let's check out the reviews. This isn't going to be a very funny video, is it? 88%, crushing it. Critics' consensus: a slow-burning spectral thriller. Presence reaffirms that Soderbergh plays with form as deftly as he flits between genres. Even the sentence is boring. Ian Sandwell, Digital Spy. Presence is another formally inventive and unique offering from Steven Soderbergh that lingers longer than any traditional scarefest would. See, this is the thing, is these people all like this movie, but these are film critics. And you know from our past reviews that these are sometimes snooty type writers, and this I can see being the kind of movie that they would review highly without it necessarily being a fun horror movie. Like, what the fuck does this even mean? Jordan Hoffman, Fangoria, top critic. A tight, taut, 90-minute supernatural drama for horror and Zillow fans. Zillow, like the house selling site. So we get a lot of looks at the house. Here we go. Here's a negative review. Chris Nashawati, Esquire magazine. This howler of a ghost story wants to be an art house poltergeist, but it can't even be bothered to deliver either suspense or scares. It's a haunted house movie that's sabotaged by its own tedious minimalism. There you go. Pretty much what we thought. All right, well, two very different types of horror movies. So I just think you already know which one you want to watch depending on what kind of person you are. Shudder is a streaming service, so you don't even get to go see it in fucking theaters. But I would say Grafted, if you're just looking for a fucked up, fun horror movie, Grafted is going to be the one to watch. Let's see what we have next week. Nice, two of them. January 31st, we'll be doing Companion, which is a new sci-fi horror movie, and Dark Match from the writer and director of Wolf Cop, which is about a wrestling company that accepts a gig in a backwoods town only to learn too late that the community is run by a mysterious cult leader. That one might be fun. As far as what's coming out with me, the Hereditary full review will probably come out next, just because that's the closest to done. The next actual movie I'm going to be reviewing is Child's Play, and then I'll probably put out the Hellhole review, because that one's almost done too. I'll continue to do these Happy Fridays. The next big movie review I'm going to do is Megan, because that's coming out this year. I'm also going to do Paranormal Activity 2 and The Conjuring 2, but I think I'm going to try to do all of The Conjurings, maybe even the whole universe, because I think the final part of that series is coming out in September this year. And I think Megan is going to be a lot of fun, because I started reviewing that one a long time ago, and I don't think I could make it through a minute without having to write down jokes. So look forward to that. If you see either of these movies, please comment. Maybe I'll check out Grafted since I have Shudder and it's just going to waste. And let me know. Comment on what you think. Have a good week. Bye.
Look at you. You look ridiculous.